This has been very successful over the past years, with an 80% success rate in putting people into jobs. The criteria for this scheme is you must be over 25, local and long-term unemployed. The vocational training team have 4 members of staff, and again their programme is based in Castlebrae, but it's an intense 13 weeks training within the People's College, and then 13 weeks work placement with a private employer, hopefully into a job. Through Urban Aid, the Society also runs an exciting new project, namely the Community Development Project, which you'll probably recognise is responsible for this video. This project offers free training to local people, organisations, groups, and already, over a very short period of time, has been proved very, very successful. I believe it has offered 20 courses and to about 200 local people, covering nearly 26 local groups. This project can only go stronger into the future. The Society also, through the Human Resource Directorate of Lothian Edinburgh Enterprise Limited, is also in the process of running 2 new innovative schemes as well. The first of which is a transnational scheme, which is training young people under 25 in travel and tourism. The other scheme is an adult compact for people over 25, which we hope will be linked to 2 major employers for 12 local people to try and give these people who have been long-term unemployed a chance to get back into the job market. As for the future, the Society hopes to maintain and improve its existing schemes and looks at developing new quality schemes, possibly through LEO and the European Social Fund, which looks like the area where the quality and the funding will be coming from. We also look forward to having more Urban Aid input into the area and employing more local people. And as I said previously, we will take a leading role in the Economic Strategy Working Group of the Craigmillar area. The Craigmillar Festival Society has been in the forefront of training and employment initiatives for the last 10 to 15 years. We hope to maintain this position as we see ourselves to be leaders in this field, not followers.
From its early beginnings, Craigmillar Festival Society has come a long way, a very long way indeed. Starting out as a small street festival and later become a pressure group set up by local parents. The Society is now probably the largest community organisation of its type in Great Britain. This has evolved through many years of campaigning and responding to the needs of the Craigmillar community. And through the 60s, the 70s and 80s, by responding to these needs, Craigmillar Festival Society grew into an organisation covering almost every aspect of life in the Craigmillar community. From its early beginnings as an arts organisation, it has grown into become one of Britain's, if not internationally recognised, as a leader in community arts. Its innovation by introducing the concept of neighbourhood workers to communities like Craigmillar, whereby local people could be trained to help and support and give advice and solve problems for other local people, it has now been taken on board by many communities throughout the length and breadth of the country. And our early inroads into the employment and training scene has laid the way and set the agenda for the Society now being in a position where it's one of the biggest local employers of people in the Craigmillar area. So it has come a long, long way indeed since its very early beginnings as a street festival. Over the recent period, the Society has had to introduce more innovative measures to deal with problems and to map the way forward for the people of Craigmillar. Following on the success of our very successful entry into Europe in 1975, we went back into Europe, into the European Economic Community, for funding for a very innovative vocational training project, which is now known locally as the People's College. That has proved to be, again, a recognised and well-copied example of good practice in terms of employment and training expertise. More recently, we have introduced schemes such as our Green Scheme, which is an urban aid programme sponsored by the Society to tackle the serious problems in our environment, in our local environment, and getting young people through education and practice involved in the environment issues of the day. Green Scheme project, our Arts Environmental project, is another example, by the way, of a first in Scotland receiving urban money for such a project. 2 or 3 years back, we introduced another urban aid project to deal specifically with the problems that women in our society face. And our Well Women project, known as Women's Zone in the area, is a very highly respected and well used agency whereby local women can get help, advice and assistance through that project. So we haven't been standing still, we've been introducing new ideas. The team that's producing this video, for instance, is our Community Development Project team, which again is a first and a very innovative idea for community work in Scotland. And that project is there set up to help local groups, local activists, and local employees, local members of staff of Craigmillar Festival Society and other organisations, and to develop in training their ideas in order to make them better and more equipped campaigners and citizens in their environment and their community. So very innovative ideas indeed. You've seen in the earlier part of the video, and I've touched on it, the 3 main arms of the Society. Our community arts work, in which we are a recognised leader. Our work in the caring aspect of the community, our neighbourhood work, our social welfare work, and our employment and training setup. As I said earlier, we're now one of the biggest employers locally, employing over 60 members of staff full-time, permanent, and have 200 people or more at any given time in training. A very big operation by anyone's standards. But the Society is more than that. It's a campaigning, it's an amenity organisation, hopefully trying to protect and further the interests of the people of Craigmillar. Our past history is second to none in terms of what we've achieved for our community, working with others and working with elected representatives. We brought a new high school to our area. The next few years that lie ahead, I think, are very exciting ones for the Craigmillar area. In terms of strategy planning, we are in a position where we can expect the new Southern General Hospital to be built on our doorstep, and where we can expect new high-tech industry to be built along the bypass bordering Craigmillar. Craigmillar Festival Society will be working with the District Council and with Lothian Regional Council to ensure that the benefits from these developments have great benefit to the people of Craigmillar. We are at the moment working in conjunction with the District and Regional Councils on very exciting economic regeneration projects and housing projects. And hopefully the Society will be and continue to be at the forefront of the campaign to keep Craigmillar and to improve the status of Craigmillar for our children in the future. We certainly see Europe as opening up new doors for opportunities for our people, and we will be part of that. We are an organisation with experience and with the necessary clout and contacts to become part of an ever-changing situation. It is essential for the future of Craigmillar that Craigmillar Festival Society respond effectively to the challenges that lie ahead. Not just for the current generation of residents, but for our children and grandchildren. We must create the environment and conditions for them to grow up and enjoy life and opportunities to the full.